Going to do a follow-up video about this topic. I want to do a follow-up video about this topic because this is so important and we need to hear it from a different angle. Okay? A lot of people need to hear this from a different angle. Again, I'm not your counselor, your therapist. I don't have the full amount of education behind that around you, but I'm just saying from one person, from one weak ass individual that I was, and sometimes I find myself falling back. I gotta catch myself and get right back on top of things, just like you are. Okay, I say this because I was that person. We can be a victim in our own mind, and it can stay with us from years and years and years and years on. I'm going to explain something to you. I'm not being a bitch about it. I'm explaining to you my situation. And my situation is a cakewalk compared to many other people that have had it a lot worse than me. Okay? I'm just going to give you a couple things. It was me and my brother growing up, and my brother was the oldest one. The oldest one typically is all the simple scenarios, but he was the loved one. He was the cherished one, and the one my mom's his dad was my mom's first love, and the dad passed away. It was his my brother's dad passed away. It was like of a drug overdose in the shower. He had drug overdosed, and then he ended up falling inside the shower, and he was there dead in the shower while the water was running. And my brother found him. And my brother was only like 3 years old and like laying next to his dad while he was dead in the shower, and he was just kind of pushing him like papa, papa, papa. And my mom came home and found him there, and it was a traumatic experience. They were traumatized by the experience. My mom was traumatized. 5 years later, she ended up meeting my dad, and then she had me. And those are the two men that she fell in love with. And she was really loyal. She wanted to just love only one person, but she ended up finding my father. My father, I did talk to him years later to get the facts, because I don't want to just hear it from one side. As children, as you don't want your children to just hear all this negative talking from your ex-wife, right? And just like myself, I was that kid, and I'm going to talk to you about this on a video coming up following this one, about the children and the kids that have been messaging me. So I want you to listen up, okay? And then if you, just a quick side note, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, comment down below. Thank you for your time and watching. If this video doesn't affect you in any way, then I'm sorry, but if there's something you can gain from it, I'm grateful that I've maybe flickered some type of wisdom in your head. Let's get back to the situation. And my father, I got to get to know him, a little bit better. I didn't want to just put it all on my mom's, because my mom actually said, to be fair, my mom was a good woman. She said a lot of good things about my dad, and also the bad things too. She was like, you just got to know, I just want to be open and honest with you. These were the bad, these were the good. And later on down the road, all that I confirmed with her, my mom was telling the truth. Thank God. Not all women are bad. My mom was telling the truth. My father was not. He was not. I'm kind of glad that I didn't get raised by him. But he wasn't all bad though either. He meant well. He just wasn't all right because he went into special forces, and that's what happened. So what I'm trying to get to is that my mom did not love me completely like my brother, my first brother, or my only brother. She didn't love me completely, and then I didn't have like the nice things like he had. He constantly got nice stuff. He constantly had nice shoes. I had holes in my shoes. I couldn't get a pair of shoes for like 2-3 years. My shit wasn't. I had one pair of pants for a whole fucking school year. One pair of pants, and I had to hand wash that stuff all the time. I fucking got tired of it. I ended up having 3 t-shirts. My brother stole one. I had 2 t-shirts for the whole school year. One pair of pants and 2 fucking t-shirts. Shit, that fucking pissed me off. And she wouldn't help me get nothing. I was just a little fucking kid. And the little fucker had hella shoes, hella clothes, hella whatever. And just, it got whatever the fuck he wanted. And later on down the road, when I started doing right, because I was like, dude, these motherfuckers ain't gonna help me. I'm gonna get myself a job. I started fucking hustling, working. I was working 3 jobs, and I was like, dude, I'm buying myself stuff. My brother's like, and I was living with my mom at the time too. I was younger, but I got a job really young, like at 14. We're not even supposed to get one at that time, and and I was doing some other stuff, and then my brother's like, you got it easy. You can live with mom rent free, and you're this and this. I'm like, have it easy, you motherfucker. Mama's fucking paying your rent. You got your own apartment. Mama's buying you cars. This is your 3rd car. You're about to fucking wreck this one too, just like the other last 2. I have it easy, man, dude. And I remember all these things, the way I was treated. We can say we the way we were treated bad in our families. I can tell you. I'm telling you this story because I want to tell you something. In no way, shape, or form is any of that going to affect me as a fucking man, okay? And that's the victimized mindset that you're going to create for yourself, that I grew up this way, this was rough, this was tough. I got my ass handed to me, I got beat, and as I grow up, I tell myself, damn, it's actually good to get punched in the face once in a while. It's good to get punched in the face once in a while, and so that way you can realize it straightens you up. It builds character as a man. You know what I'm saying? It makes you stronger and wiser. You know the pain. You don't want to feel that. You don't want that for your loved ones, and you don't want that for other people around you. So what you do? You straighten yourself up mentally, emotionally, become more stand up. You got a better character about yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're going to carry yourself a little bit more presentable. You're going to watch what you say. You're not going to be a victim to your surroundings, but you're going to be you. You're going to be more a presentable gentleman. It doesn't necessarily always be what you're wearing. It's the way you present yourself and the way you talk and the way you think. It all starts in the mind. And sometimes I get off on you guys and I talk a little bit off, like, fucking this, I talk like that to you guys, but realistically, I am a gentleman. And I do care, man, and I love so dearly, so dearly. And I'm so gentle, and I'm so in tune with myself and my emotions, where in the past I wasn't. I wasn't in tune with who I really am and my feelings, and in tuned with my internal. So I would mask my weaknesses of being confused and angry, or scared that I might lose this girl, or scared that I'm, something bad is going to happen, with anger. And I would lash out like a bitch. And this is the victimization that you create in your mind. And we think that we're victimized as children, that the world did us wrong. I had a bad daddy, I had a bad mommy, and this. But that's not I hold none of them responsible. Because now you grow up and you got it. I don't care what age you're listening to this at. I don't care if you're 20, 30, 40, or 50, or you're looking at me and you're some old man, you're looking down at this kid and you're thinking to yourself, you know what? Even at 60 and 70, you can learn something. Listen up. We learn from our youth. We can't continue to think the same old way that we think was right as we continue on in life. There's more to learn. So look back at those young kids that are teaching you something or going through something, or maybe you have a little wisdom that you grasped, but maybe we can look at it from a different angle, a different perspective. And in no way, shape, or form did anybody affect me of who I am today. I put myself in the position that I am in my divorce, and the loss and the pain, the suffering that I all went through. I did that to myself, because I created. It was that path that I was leading. I was all the thoughts that was leading up to it. I look back at it now, and it's a trail that I created for myself. And it's now time to rebuild and create a new trail for yourself, and a healthy mental thinking and patterned lifestyle. You need to create the pattern, a healthy lifestyle. It's so important. I know this video is a little long. I want to thank you so much for hanging in there with me and listening to this video. I got one more last minute. Stick with me one more minute, please. I love you, man. I love you so much. I know you're sitting out there hurting. I know you're watching me, and I love you, man. I want you to listen to me real quick, okay? And in no way, shape, or form is any of that anybody's fault of what happened to me but mine. And I'm so, getting punched in the face, you know what I'm saying? You get punched in the face a few times. So I did jiu-jitsu, and I did some wrestling and stuff like that, and I've been in some fights, and not that I ever wanted to or enjoy it or anything like that, but I'm trying to give you a thinking. We get hit, all right, we get hurt, whatever life brings us, it hurts us, and it hardens that area a little bit more. It hardens that area a little bit more. If you're a prisoner and you're in prison and you get into all these fights and stabbings and stuff like that, and you get hardened, right? You get hardened, right? Your knuckles, you become a fighter, you're hitting. Your knuckles get harder and harder, and they get prone to that. So, and what I'm trying to tell you is that that's what your softness, your victimization, you need to beat that shit up. You need to hit it hard. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and you need to say, stop being a fucking bitch. You need to stop being a bitch. John, Mike, Joe, Tony, whatever. I don't get Rocky, me. Okay? Stop it. You need to toughen up. It's time to man up. It's when we start holding our heads up higher. We start building ourselves better. We start carving a new path in our life, and we start planning and plotting a better, successful, stand-up gentleman as you will be, and you continue to be, and as you are right now. I know that you are. I know you're doing great. I know you're doing great. Guys, thank you so much for coming by and watching and taking time to watch my video. I love you guys, okay? I know you're doing good, and you're going to continue to do good, and it's going to keep on getting better. Take care.